Hello, everyone. It's Salem Dory, also Christian Dory, coming at you with another video. Today, we're going to talk about how our words and actions could have consequences and how the things we say could affect people. I was recently at a party, and as you know, I'm disabled. So, when people talk about certain things, it really does have an effect on me. So, I was recently at a party, and we were talking about the concept of voting. And one person mentioned to another person how another person with CP that I know is able to vote. This other person, I'm not naming any names, very rudely responded with the answer, and I quote, "Why does she think she has the right to vote? It's not like she could contribute to society." And I was just sitting there dumbfounded because, number one, you're talking about a person who's disabled that tries to contribute the best she can in her position. So, number one, that's very offensive towards her. Number two, I was also offended because you're talking about a disabled person who is pretty much in the same boat as I am, and you're saying things like, oh, she's not even going to be able to contribute. Why does she have to vote? Okay, this is the stuff that makes me mad. As a society, haven't we gotten away from the stereotypes with disabilities? We are no different from anybody else. We have the right to vote. We have the right to have jobs. We have the right to have a good life and to fulfill our dreams just like everybody else. And that person had the gall to literally say, oh, why does this person vote? She can't even contribute. And to say that in front of me was just, it blew my mind that a person could even say that. Because you know what? Here we have another stereotype where, oh, they're just in a wheelchair. It's not like they could do anything. It's not like they could contribute. Well, you know what? I may not be able to contribute in the same way that everybody else can, but I contribute in a whole lot of other ways. And you know what? I might not be able to walk. I might have different challenges, but I try to do the best that I can. So when that person opened up their mouth, like I said, I'm not going to name names because I don't do that. But when that person opened up their mouth, I was literally dumbfounded. And I honestly wanted to slap said person across the face. Because you know what? Maybe for her, voting was a big deal. Maybe that other person that was also disabled, like me, felt that, okay, she voted. She does have a voice in society. She can express her opinion. So when that other person made that comment, it's almost like he just shot her down. And you know what? People with disabilities are looked upon like, oh, like we're almost treated like as if we're not even people in some cases. I've had people come up to me and say, how could you be happy with your situation? How could you live a fulfilling life and achieve all the goals you want to? And you know what? I can achieve my goals. It might not be the exact same goals that I would do if I could walk, but I can still achieve stuff. I could still contribute. I still have a voice in society, just like everybody else. And you know what? Haven't we as a society gotten away from people like that? That's almost as if, that's almost like what they would say towards the blacks or the African Americans. Oh, why would she vote? She's black. Why? First of all, why does that even matter? Why does it matter if you have a disability? Why does it matter what your skin color is? That is the problem with today's society. We focus on stupid, petty crap instead of focusing on what's really important. And you know what? A voting for you may be a small step, but I voted too. And I was happy to contribute and make my voice heard, which I'm sure she was happy in the same way. Because what may seem like a small thing to you can be very big for us. Just to vote, just to feel like you have a voice and that you can be heard. Because a lot of times, people with disabilities, I feel, are not heard. They're looked upon as things, as like objects almost, to be pitied or to have somebody feel bad for them because of their situation. Or we're treated like babies. Sometimes I'm treated, it depends on the situation, but sometimes I have been treated as if I'm like a 5-year-old. Like I can't contribute or do anything. I've been spoken down to. I've been treated as if I was a toddler in some cases. And it makes me mad because yes, I do have a disability. Yes, everybody has challenges. But regardless of our challenges, we still have the right to make our voices known and heard. And like I said, when that person made that comment in regards to the other person voting, it was almost like a stigma. I almost said to myself, oh, here we go again. Here we have another closed-minded individual making stupid comments and talking about stupid crap when in reality, they have no idea what they're even talking about. And you know what? Maybe maybe that person that voted doesn't have a lot of opportunities to go out into society and to do her own thing. Maybe she doesn't have an opportunity all the time to feel like she's contributing. And that's what people don't get. People just look at people with disabilities. I'm not saying all people. I'm not saying that at all. But people look at people with disabilities as if we're not even people. They try to push us around. They try to tell us what to do. I even have had people try to control the wheelchair and take me where they feel like I should go. First of all, I don't need you to control my wheelchair. I don't need you to tell me where to go or what to do because I'm perfectly capable of doing that on my own because I have a voice and an opinion like everybody else. But some people honestly don't believe that, I think. And that was a prime example of the stigma in today's society. We need to move away from that. People say, oh, I'm accepting. Well, you know what? I see in some cases, but in some cases, I feel like we need a lot more work. Because you feel like people are accepting, like there's handicap places. Most places are handicap accessible, and that's great. That's showing that society has come a long way. But then we have people like that making stupid comments, pushing us back instead of forward. I don't want to go back as a society. I want to move forward. I want to show people that even though you have a disability, you still have a voice. You can still make an effort. And you could make a contribution to society like everybody else. That person had no right to sit there and say that. So, you know what? I hope he feels a lot of shame. I honestly do. Because you know what? You guys don't know what it's like to be disabled. You don't know what it's like to walk in our shoes every day. And I'm not using that as a pity party. I'm not saying that. But people honestly do not know what it's like until you have experienced it day in and day out. And even voting for us, what may seem like a small contribution to you is a big contribution to us. Because even getting to the voting place and putting in our ballot can be hard. Because not everybody has transportation to go to voting booths or whatever. Not everybody has a computer because sometimes you can vote online and not everybody has technology and stuff like that. So that just shows that people in our situation can still have a voice and they can still be heard. So you know what? Before you want to say things about us and run your mouth, make sure you know what the hell you're talking about first. And make sure you really listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth, because it truly does have an effect on people. And it could change a person's life, honestly. The things you say and the things you do have an effect on others. And we need to be more aware of that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your cooperation. More videos will come soon. God bless.